There is the chance of traffic in this qualifying session. Of course, a very short circuit around this Mexico town, the capital of Mexico here. And yeah, it's very, very special for Faloru, of course. Not from Mexico, but he's from Spain. They do speak Spanish here in Mexico, so I'm sure he's going to be quite happy to be here, as he can, you know, probably communicate with a lot of the Mexican citizens. Move down into turn 1, and Eke locks up the front right, but he's just going to now try and hit these curves as best as possible. Remember, these curves are very hard here in Mexico to get right, so you need to really have concentration when you're actually driving around this Mexico circuit. There actually is one driver, as I said, on our minds at the moment, Toxic Fusion. Is he going to wrap up this World Championship here in Mexico? All that he needs is to score 9 less points than Urban Unicorn for the championship to be won. If Urban Unicorn scores 10 more points than Toxic Fusion, he will take the championship to Brazil, and then most likely the championship will be won at the Autodromo Carlos Pache. Hello, Toxic Fusion. Like include your audio, I'm going to give you a quick interview as I mess up my words there. I'm going to give you a quick interview. So, I believe you are going for your 4th STB title tonight. That will actually make you the most successful driver in STB history. It's been a pretty messy season, but it's been a perfect one for you. Can you take us through the events of this season as you are approaching to win the title?
Yeah, I mean, I started this season off really well. I got quite a lot of wins, quite a lot of points, so I sort of built up quite a big gap to the people behind me. And since then, I've kind of, I wouldn't say my pace has dropped off, I'd say I've become a bit less consistent, and my sort of results have kind of shown that, but yeah, the strong start to the season's really helped me, so.
Okay, and we've heard rumours that this could be your last season in the league. Can you give us more info on
that? Yeah, I haven't fully decided yet. Okay. It could go either way. It could go, I don't know.
And we hear that you are P1, theoretical P1 on the leaderboards. So is this I'm guessing you're, you know, comfortable around this circuit?
Yeah, it should be a pretty comfortable race. It depends, because I don't really know what the pace of people like Zero, Eke, Bullseye. I'm not really sure what their pace is like, but it'll be fun to see.
Okay. And any final words on season 13 for you so far?
It's been a good season. Yeah.
Been a good season.
Yeah.
Before I let you go out of the circuit, what are your thoughts ahead of the Brazilian and Abu Dhabi Grand Prix? Because Abu Dhabi does seem to be quite a special one to finish the season.
Yeah, Abu Dhabi is probably my favourite track, so I expect a pretty good result around there, and Brazil is probably one of my worst, so I think a pretty poor result around there. So.
Okay, well, I wish you the best of luck this evening, and
thank you.
Hopefully you can wrap up the championship. We'll see.
Bye-bye.
Okay then, so that was Toxic Fusion giving us his insights on what has been a pretty perfect season for him, but pretty messy for most of the grid here this season. It's been a season of mixed fortunes really for most of these drivers. They've not really had the performance that they've had previously. One driver, joined us in Britain. It was Eddie Porondi. He hasn't shown the pace so far this season. He hasn't shown when he's returned to the league. He hasn't shown that sort of pace that we've loved to see from him in previous seasons. But he's gone P2 at the moment, so that is a pretty strong performance from him. John MH 2002 has gone P4, but DJ Danny, I don't know whether the other drivers have gone on Hypersoft for their runs. No, they haven't. But still, DJ Danny, P1 for him. He's gonna take that, even though he's under a tenth quicker than Sierra. he's going to take that. P1, still P1 at the end of the day, so decent performance from him there. We've got Biraya Pedro then on a set of super soft compound tyres, and he's going to try and get quicker lap time, and he's P7 at the moment, 1:14.8. One of two drivers, the other one, Jazenyik, driver returning from his debut, where he's returned actually in America. Blowy there, P6. A lot of drivers are actually opting for those super soft tyres. Matty there, converting that, going to a set of hypersoft, same with Mercury. Usually he's out on a set of super softs then, going for his championship challenge. Bullseye then, I'm going to keep an eye on him. He's always shown to have great pace. He's warming up those tyres now. He's going to try and go for another run. Next time around. So this is really the cooling off phase in the qualifying session, and drivers are just trying to get their bearings into the pit lane. It's actually a very difficult pit lane. You actually enter it via actually turning the car. You know, it's not a straight pit lane around this Mexico circuit. It's, you know, turning into it. So it's actually quite difficult. And then to get the car stopped as well. But I'm sure these drivers have done that practice that enables them not to get any penalties in the race. Of course, Fusion locks up the inside front as he goes into that corner. They're just going to let the car just slowly drift around this section there. This actual Sector 2 S section was a lot more dangerous back in the day of 1990s and the 1980s and 1990s. But they've changed it to make it a bit more safe. These 21st century turbo powered cars. These sector and the stadium section, such a beautiful arena of spectators. You can see all the people. So beautiful here in Mexico. We're around in the final corner. Fusion is going to be a strong lap for him. No, it's not. I lied. And P9 for him, it's a 14.9. So not the strongest of positions. P9. I did actually say that most drivers have gone for superstars. I actually lied. They've gone mostly for hypers or ultra softs at the moment. So I think a few drivers were just trying to get their bearings in with that super soft tyre. But Fusion is actually the only one of two drivers that have gone onto a set of super softs. Bullseye then, P4 for him, is going to get a bit of slipstream off Eddie Perondi. Down in a turn one. I must say, I do love the cars going, going on the curbs around the circuit. It's actually really nice to see. Like, I don't know, but I personally get pleasure by seeing the drivers go on the curbs around this circuit. When you get that turn one and turn two nailed around this Mexico City, it's actually beautiful to watch, and it's beautiful to do it. So, yeah, in this S section, if you mess up one corner, you mess up the whole section. But Bullseye's looking pretty strong around there. Much quicker than his previous lap time, I must say. 3 tenths up. To put him in a strong position here. 3 tenths up would theoretically put him into P1, which is all about the final sector. Into the pit lane he goes. He didn't think that he had a good final sector there to get that position. Tira then is on a set of ultra softs. This could definitely be P1 for him. Look at the speed he's able to carry around this. Just about that section there. Very strong. Now and then the stadium section. Actually a very hard section there with all the curves and how the corners are just made, really. Close to the curb. going to be 13, yeah, 13.6 there. There goes P1 at the Mexican Grand Prix. And DJ Danny goes for a little bit of a trip off the circuit there. That would have been quite fun for him in that Sauber. As he's now going to, I believe, finish the lap. I don't think he's going to go any quicker, so he may just go into the pit lane, I'm not sure. Oh, he's going to go for another lap. He may actually be able to beat, it's a 10th off his previous. So he's going to have a little cool down lap, then go back into the pit lane. Below then, so what he's going to do, we're going to keep on board with his lap. On now on a set of ultra softs, and he's going to go for a good run actually outside, on the outside of the circuit there for the start of the lap. Look at this. And the curb there, DRS. So actually this circuit, personally, only has one really effective DRS zone. Most circuits, and Filoru's there, Filoru's messed up on the braking. And he's down in P7. He did actually say, oh, and here well, we have. Okay, that was a bit. There from the Brazilian. So as I was saying, most circuits have two very effective DRS zones, but Mexico, we have these pitch straight sort of DRS straight, and then there's coming out of the chicane, turn 1, turn 2 chicane. And really, drivers can't. They can get close, but in my experience, you can't really go for an overtake in that such tight of a corner. So it's going to be quite interesting when we see lap 3 and 4. It's very hard to follow around this circuit, but when you get behind someone, like, down the straight, down the pit straight, or even down this straight, really, you can definitely get that slipstream, and you can definitely go for a little bit of a battle. So I'm sure that we're going to be seeing that here in Mexico. Fusion then, he's just going to let his teammate through. It's turned out that that Sarah actually retired from the session quite early. He's been picked there by Eddie Perondi, who actually is qualified now on a set of ultra softs. So Sarah has also been picked now by Bullseye, who's on a set of ultra softs. Then you've got Sarah, who also is on a set of ultra softs. So Eddie Perondi there, great qualifying for him. P1 for him, that's going to be very strong. But now we're going to keep an eye on Tossix Fusion, who started his lap now on a set of hyper softs. He's going to be a bit quicker, have a bit more grip. Can't really get on the curb on the outside though, otherwise you do lose quite a bit of time. Low the tyres from the Mexican Grand Prix qualifying, and the Fusion just has to let the car roll around this section, and he's cut the corner. Is this part of the strategy that he wants to go on? Does he want to start on a set of super soft compound tyres for the start of this Mexican Grand Prix? It wouldn't be a bad choice. It wouldn't be a bad choice at all for Fusion. And for Lowry's AI there is off on the side of the circuit. Mercury retires then from the qualifying. But we're going to look now at Fusion, who I can't actually, he's gone to the pit lane. So Fusion, I think that was his intention there, to not set or not set a valid lap time, you know, get his lap time validated so he doesn't have to start on those tyres. Yeah, there you go. Quite cheeky. Quite clever move there from the champion to be. Joe Daniel then, is he going to improve on his personal best in the session? P8, the unicorn there goes P2, that's strong for him if he wants to keep any chance of the championship alive. DJ Danny then, if he can try and get a quicker lap time, this could really help him in his quest for high position. P8 is still decent for him, he's usually at the back of the grid. This is quite good for him at the moment. And he backs off his lap. Mistake. John then. He's gone quicker in the second sector and it's going to be P11, so he can't improve. Echo's going to do. Second up. Lagging a little bit there. It's going to be strong. P7. Only P7 for Echo. Magic then. Backed off his lap. He's 6 seconds off. He's now going to come into the pin. There's always one person to do it. Always one person to come into the pit lane at the end of the qualifying session. But P8 for him, decent display. So now to wait for him to retire from the qualifying. I think it's fair to say that this grid is pretty weird. We have got Tossic's Fusion down in last position for the Mexican Grand Prix. We've got Birra Pedro in P9. So we have got a few drivers out of position of what they would normally be in. STB Matty there qualifies in P6. That's a decent qualifying from him actually. Definitely got a little bit of pace around this circuit. But yeah, in a few moments we're going to look at the grid in full. Your grid for the Mexican Grand Prix is as follows. First, Eddie Perondi. Second, Urban Unicorn. Third, Bullseye. Fourth, Sierra. Fifth, Faloru. Sixth, STB Matty. Seventh, Eke. Eighth, Jan Zenjic. Ninth, Birra Pedro. 10th, LRS Mercury. 11th, DJ Danny. 12th will be John MH 2002. And closing at the back of the grid will be championship contender Tossic X Fusion. That is your grid then for Mexican Grand Prix here live from the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez in Mexico City. And there's been a problem. What's happened? It said Tossic's Fusion joined the game. Has there been some connection issue? I'm not sure whether there's been some sort of connection issue there. He's not on the players. This is quite scary. Tossic's Fusion is wanting to wrap up the championship here in Mexico, and he's not on the grid. I'm not sure actually. It's an AI. So I'm not sure whether he will actually be able to get for the actual race start. So let's just see if we can try and get him back in as the formation. That yeah, you can see that actually he's actually not in the game. As I accidentally pause. Okay, let's just see. Well, according on my screen, he's actually in the game. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but yeah. Hopefully he can try and get back in for the race start. Eddie Perondi then in P1 for the Mexican Grand Prix. You can see the stadium section. That's going to be very loud as the drivers come through there. Around the final corner then, Eddie Perondi. Pole position for the Mexican Grand Prix. He's going to have a great start, it seems. Second will be Urban Unicorn. He needs to get 10 more points than Tossix Fusion to take the championship to Brazil. Third, Bull. Fourth is Sierra. Fifth, Valori. Sixth, Matti. Seventh, Eke. Eighth, Jan Zenjic. Ninth, BRL Yao Pedro. See him pulling into his box. Now Mercury. 11th, Danny. 12th, John. And then 13th, not quite sure where he's in the game. He may just be paused. It's Toxic X Fusion. We're going to find out now whether he's actually in the game. Yes, he is. He's in the game. So that's all good. It is 4 lights. It's 4 lights for round 19 of STB Season 13. The Mexican Short Lights and away they go. It's a decent start there from the Red Bull of Urban Unicorn, but Eddie Perondi has got that extra speed. Slipstream then. Slipstream galore as they go down into turn number 1. This is going to be incredible. Urban Unicorn. There's going to be a Williams on the inside about Eddie Perondi. Urban Unicorn's going to go on the inside. There's a big man contact down in turn 1, nearly there. Drivers just trying to get their way through the Sauber span. Off at the back there. And the Heart of Eke is getting very squeamish coming out of that first and second corners. We've got the Force India of John on the inside of Eke now. Looking at a bit of contact going on. We've got a few bumps and hits and stuff. We've got about 5 wide down into this sector 2 section now. We've got Urban Unicorn up in a P3, Sarah up in a P4. Takes advantage there of Fallo's mistake in the first sector. And STB Matti now up into P6. So he stays where he was, back to his original grid position. We've now got STB Matti on the back of the Force India of Fallo. Now coming around, he's outside. That's going to be yeah, that's not what he wanted to do. That's going to give the Sauber now, sorry, of BRL Pedro space around the outside. And he takes down the bollard. So that's quite an STB Matti taking down that bollard. But now we've got Torosso of Mercury. He's all kicking off at the back. Eddie Perondi leads with a fastest lap by 1.9 seconds. Slipstream galore then. BRL Pedro right at the back of Matti. All calm down, but no it hasn't, because Sierra is trying to get his move done on Urban Unicorn. This is for P3 of the Mexican by side now. Red Bull versus Williams. Mercedes versus Renault, is it? Look at that, and he hits Urban Unicorn. Urban Unicorn defends position. They've got the Force in on the inside now of Falloru. Falloru's going to try and go on the inside now of Sierra. Wide there nearly, and Matti's going to try and get involved in this now. Same with BRL Yao Pedro. Got a big gap behind these. Sierra needs to try and get rid of this pack, but he's struggling in this S section now. He's really struggling to get the car stable in the section and not to lose too much time to in front of him. 1.3 seconds separate the two drivers. It's all kicking off. Mercury then on the back of BRL Yao Pedro. That's pretty decent Brazilian as they come now through the final corner. STB Matti, what an exit there compared to Flo, and he gets the position on Flo. That's P5 now, but Flo's going to get back in that slipstream. It's going to be down the straight now. DRS. Oh, that was a bit scary there from the Force India. Down the straight, Mercedes, of course, is equal, but who cares? Down into turn 1. Late on the brakes there from Falloru. Matti goes slightly wide. Flo's going to have the inside for the third corner. And Matti goes off the circuit there, but Flo the inside. DRS for the Spaniard as they come down into turn number 4 now. Down the straight, DRS. All these drivers, it looks like Matty's gone low. This is incredible racing between these 6 drivers, it looks like. Matty's made a mistake for Lowe's off circuit. Big contact there between the 2 drivers for Lowe's off the circuit there. And STB Matty now stays in P5. Well, that was huge. We've got Fusion out the inside. John there gets forced off circuit by the Mercedes of Fusion. And Fusion now up into P8, and he's going to now try and challenge Mercury's challenging BOL Yao Pedro. I don't actually think we've had this much action go on for the first 3 of a Grand Prix in such a long time. This is incredible to watch in Mexico. Mercury then coming round the final corner now, and he's going to be right on the back of BOL Yao Pedro. BOL Yao Pedro going to have that DRS on Matty. And he really is gonna, flows in the pit lane. He's really gonna get in that slipstream now. Down the straight, look at this. Matty's gonna stay the inside. Matty's gonna defend that position hard. P5 is pretty precious to him. DRS then for BOL Yao Pedro. Matty gonna stay defensive. Oh, that is aggressive there from Matty. He wants his position so much. This is very aggressive actually from STB Matty at the moment. Great racing between all these drivers. We've got now Mercury up the inside. No, he's not. He's going to get the door slammed shut in his face. And Mercury's going to go quite wide onto that curb, and now he's going to have Fusion right on the back of him. He's actually on a set of ultra soft, so he hasn't gone for that super soft strategy. He's gone for that ultra soft strategy, so decent there from Fusion. Of course, fresh tyres as well compared to these around him. It looks like the gaps have kind of calmed down now. And John has left the session. So I'm just going to quickly see if I can invite him back into the game. Try not to miss any action. Okay then. We have kind of contact there down at the back. Matty there has lost position. Second by Mercury, that's going to help Fusion. That's 3 positions lost in the space of a corner. Some insane stuff from LRS Mercury. From Matt losing those short positions, so not Mercury. Mercury's on the back in Fusion now, so must be loving this. Is Toro Rosso. What about that slipstream? That was just starting to gather up here in Mexico. It's going to be for Mercury. Oh, look at the pace, look at the speed. He's done it. Great move there. Fusion then. At this moment in time, Fusion will be winning the World Championship here in Mexico. Fusion then on the back of Mercury. That's on the back of Fusion, and then Eke's going to try and join in this as well. Danny's not that far behind either. This could be a nice little battle going on. We've already got about 4 drivers in this, so pretty decent. Any Pirondi into pit lane then. Let's see what tyres Renault's going to put him on. It's going to be a set of super softs. Quite an early pit stop as well, to be honest. Fusion then, on the back of Mercury. It's going to be a bit of deja vu, but the opposite way. Down into turn 1. And there you go, Fusion off into P5 there. Easy DRS activation. He's got that position done. Next up, is BRL Yao Pedro. Action then going on. Matty versus Eke down into turn number 4 now. STB Matty then on the back of Eke. Try and get some sort of position on. He'll try his best anyway. The IRS closing, but isn't far enough. Isn't close enough, rather. Fusion then, on the back of BRL Yao Pedro. Fighting for these points, fighting for these positions for the championship. Round the outside then, Yao Pedro going to defend hard. BRL Yao Pedro's going to have that switchback move. On the inside, forcing Fusion wide, but Fusion got that extra in there on the curb, and he's done it. P4 for Fusion. Now Pedro though is going to try, I think, down this straight to try and get back past him. He just needs to keep behind him. Obviously the straight is quite long. If you can, stay within a decent margin, you can get that DRS back on Fusion. Oh, but no, he can't! Oh, that is disastrous there for that big kick of oversteer out that final corner, and that's now on the back of him. Go on, Mercury. You can do this up the inside, pop it up the inside. Go on. No, he can't. He can try to get some sort of position. Oh, look at this exit. BRL Pedro struggling. The exit, DRS for Mercury. Side by side, turn 4. Yao Pedro's gone wide a bit there. Mercury. Oh, this is so close here in Mexico. Yao Pedro still up the inside, still trying to find a way through, but he can't do it. And now he has to follow Mercury through the daunting section. Matty then on the back of Eke. Looks like the clouds are starting to actually gather quite thickly here in Mexico actually. It's getting quite dark. Okay, on the back of BRL Yao Pedro. Look at the speed. Late break. Look at that late braking. He's tried his best to outbrake BRL Yao Pedro though, but he can't do it. Matt's going to give Matt the opportunity now, but Eke, you have to be careful. He's trying to get I can't speak. The switch back on BRL Yao Pedro. And now he's going to be running past him. So there you go, up in a P number 6 goes the Finn. Pretty decent. Pretty decent. STB Matty then, P7 for him, that's decent. P8 for Yao Pedro, and then Eddie Perondi is behind them. So Eddie Perondi, this could really damage his race if he can't clear out these drivers in front of him. Clearly much slower than him. Decent there from Yao Pedro, letting Eddie Perondi free, so not messy race, trying to battle. Eddie Perondi DRS then. But Matty is going to try and actually defend this position, I think. You can't really do much with a much faster Renault with much fresher super soft tyres. Now on the back of Eke. Look at the speed he's got. Up the inside, what a dive bomb move there. Based on Ricciardo stuff right there from Eni Pirondi. He's got himself now up in a 6th place. Next up is LRS Mercury. Eni is actually looking pretty quick, actually, I must say. He's actually looking pretty quick. He's already... Oh. Foul going on then. Sirat behind Bullseye. I think Bullseye may have got him with the DRS down the straight and he missed it. Rondi has got Mercury down the straight, but this is interesting. Fusion up the inside of the Red Bull. The two championship contenders are battling, and the Unicorn can't do anything about it. And Fusion, excuse me, up into P3 there. And Eni Pirondi is catching rather quickly for these two drivers. Go back now to the Unicorn. Looks like he's, yeah. Oh, Urban Unicorn! Into the pit lane, yes, he needed to go into that pit lane there. He was struggling very bad with those ultra softs. Bullseye then. Back onto Sierra. And Urban Unicorn! Urban Unicorn is out of the Mexican Grand Prix! Urban Unicorn is out of the Mexican Grand Prix. If Toxic X Fusion finishes this race, world champion at the Mexican Grand Prix. What happened to Urban Unicorn? What happened to Urban Unicorn, mate? Because Urban Unicorn was in such a good position. All he did was go into the pit lane. Oh, the scenes. The scenes here in season 13, Mexico. It all could be wrapped up here at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. So we've both got Bullseye and Sierra into the pit lane then. So they're both going, I believe, onto a set of super soft compound tyres. Possibly going to the end, I'm not sure. So then, Fusion versus Eni Pirondi. So Fusion at the moment, what season it's going to be? What a season. Only lap 14, and it's pretty much decided that he will be world champion. He's been overtaken by Eni Pirondi. Eni Pirondi retakes the lead of the Mexican Grand Prix. Mercury's in quite a decent position there, P3. Well, let's quickly have a look at the tyres that everyone's on and how many pit stops they've had. Merkel's actually in a pretty strong position at the moment. Merkel, you could well get a podium. Sierra then on the back of Matt Abe. Sierra's going to be quick. Sierra's going to be very quick now on this strategy. Down the straight, pretty straightforward for the Williams. P3 is his. A pretty decent, boring DRS move. That was nice though from Sierra. Definitely got Matt clear as quick as possible. Bullseye then. Matt is losing these places left, right and centre. Left, right and centre. Fusion then into the pit lane. We got that little glitch going on again. Super Fusion. Where is he going to come out? Pedro. Quite a big gap. This race is definitely calmed down here in Mexico. And it was definitely kicked off in the last few laps. No idea what happened to Urban Unicorn. But Bullseye then is going to try and get on the back of Sierra now. So this could be a little battle that we're going to enjoy for a few moments probably. Oh, Sierra. We didn't need that sort of braking now. So I think what needs to happen to really just keep within that 1 second window on Sierra. Then he can try. It's all about keeping within that window, using that DRS to his advantage down the straight. It would be quite helpful actually if the DRS was located a little bit, to the actual straight starting, because then you'd have more time to actually gain. To Sierra in that braking zone, I must say. He has some more DRS down here. That helps him, I suppose. It's not really been a day for Filoro, has it? P11 at the moment, lap down. Not been a good day for him. Just needs to try his absolute best to try and get onto the back of Sierra. The car's just not having it. You know, there's no extra speed that the car has. It's just reaching its limits here in Mexico. He's using everything, and you just can't seem to get close to Sierra. Can't seem to get a move done. I'm sure it doesn't help with Ferrari all over the back of him. RS. Looks like it. Ferrari is actually pretty close as well now. I back off and not go for any stupid moves. The Bullseye, of course, is in a battle for a potential P2 at the moment. And Fusion's got the overtake done on Biraya Pedro. That's pretty strong. 2 lap fresher tyres than the Brazilian. Ferrari has had enough. He's had. And he has retired from the Mexican Grand Prix. So Sierra now is actually 2.5 seconds behind Eddie Colombia at the moment. So if he can gain a bit more time, you know, he's on half, you know, double, I'm not even going to try, he's on 7 fresher tyres than his Brazilian countryman, so his fellow countryman. So he's definitely got that grip and that pace. Bullseye, 7 tenths behind Sierra. So anything is possible for the Mercedes driver. Sierra just looks like he's got immense speed down the straight. Bullseye should really, with that DRS, and the slipstream that he's got down that such a long straight, could be catching a bit more. Bullseye then. The back of Sierra now. He's really caught him in this section. He needs to keep his head down, get the concentration up. I believe this could actually be Bullseye's maiden victory. I believe. That could be pretty special for him. Eddie pointed then into the pit lane. So I'm going to quickly see what tyres he's going to go on. I am predicting Ultra Sauce. That's a set of this drive out of the circuit. But we have got action. Sierra versus Bullseye. Down in turn 1, turn 2 here. And Bullseye is back on Bullseye, but now Sierra's going to be right on the back. Bullseye don't be double moving down that straight. And he's done it. Bullseye has got the position back on Sierra. And he takes the lead of Grand Prix. Villarreal, Yao Pedro versus Fusion now down in the turn number 4, and Yao Pedro's got that DRS. He locks up there. He's going to have the inside line. Fusion's going to try and get the undercut now. Move, locks up, and that is pretty decent now from Fusion. Villarreal, Yao Pedro there, gives these up. Back up in the P3. 4th is Fusion, and 5th is Eddie Perondi. That's going to keep an eye on this battle now. 3 drivers. He gets a first time penalty. Massive crash. Fusion is out. No, he's not. What has happened here in Eddie Perondi? Big amounts of contact there down into the corner. Eddie Perondi has destroyed his purpose here in Mexico. Fusion has had contact. Oh, the scenes here in Mexico. Big scenes here. What happened? What happened? Fusion battling with Yao Pedro for so long. Wait, what? I was Eddie Perondi there for a few moments. And now, has he got front wing damage? I'm not quite sure. It doesn't say he's got any repairs. I don't know whether it actually shows damage. That is so unlucky there for Eddie Perondi. He was running in such a good position. Oh, the action here in Mexico. Lap 25 then of the Mexican Grand Prix. And it's actually a very action-packed race, I must say. Very action-packed. The Bullseye then on the back of Sierra. Sierra's got the position back on Bullseye. Down the straight. Pretty solid move there for Bullseye. I think the P1 goes the Mercedes driver. And now he's got Sierra. So he's going to try and get back past him. So looking pretty strong this the victory. Yeah, this race has been full of action really. It's been great actually. I think these drivers really want their beds after this. A lot of hard work for these drivers. The preparations for the races not going well. After this though, they've got 2 weeks and it's 2 incredible circuits. The Autodromo Carlos Pacho and the Yas Marina circuit in Abu Dhabi. So special. New drivers on the grid. Abu Dhabi actually my favourite circuit on the calendar. Drive, so I may jump in with the drivers, do a little bit of practice around Abu Dhabi. Pretty cool to see. Down the straight then. Straightforward, you know, it's straightforward down the straight. You know, DRS, slipstream, done. That's basically the routine. around this circuit. When you get it right, you get a great exit out the final corner, you are sorted. You are past the driver, you're ahead. And that's what Sierra's done on multiple occasions in this battle, actually. So it's been a great display from him. So then we are back to where we were a few laps ago. Bulls behind Sierra. We're going to look at the penalties now, see what these two drivers have been getting up to. Sierra has got one penalty and Bullseye has got many. Look at that, Bullseye. So many penalties. I say so many, about 4, but still quite a lot compared to Sierra. So I think this race is pretty much decided now. Lap 28 then. This race has actually flown by, I must say. Gone very, very fast. It seemed. It seemed very, very fast. This race. Mercury then. I really want to know if Fusion's got damage. I have no idea what happened to Perondi in that crash. You know, it was just so much happening. Fusion there, back up the inside of Mercury. DRS them. So he's got a penalty. This could neutralise things in that battle between the penalties. And Mercury there. They defend. Oh, there's been a spin. And there's been a massive pile-up. Oh, it's gone from bad to worse. Matty's got a 5-second stop-go penalty. Fusion has had to stop. This is gonna cause so many issues. What has happened? What has gone wrong there? Oh, so many issues in this Mexican Grand Prix. And it's a virtual safety car. Virtual safety car has been deployed here in Mexico. So that contact is not good. Here we are, Pedro then into the pit lane. This could help Mercury, I'm not sure though. So Yapo's going to go on a set of ultras. Matty's in the pit lane. Change the front wing and stuff like that. Fusion, hyper sauce for him. LOS Mercury spinning under virtual safety car to drive through. Oh, it's all kicked off here in Mexico in the closing, closing like 7 laps of the race. Kicked off. But this battle now is back. Lap 30 of the Mexican Grand Prix. Bullseye up the inside of Sierra. Down into turn number 1. Straightforward move. It was actually quite a nice move at the inside there of the first corner. A very prominent overtaking spot around this circuit. Here we are, Pedro then. Back up in the P3. Mercury's in the pit lane, Eke's in the pit lane. DJ Danny is retired from the race. It's all been kicking off here. That was DJ Danny's car in the background actually, he may have retired. Well, actually destroyed his vehicle. Oh, it's kicked off here in Mexico, hasn't it? Lap 30, coming on to lap 31 then. Bullseye leads in Mexico. So much action has gone on in this race. I must say, you know, we've had a lot of crashes. We've had a little bit of quite a few race incidents that we've had in this race. We had that confusion when Mercury tried to change with confusion. Both hit each other and then caused a little bit of pilot with Eke and Matti. Very entertaining, man. These Mexican spectators. Up the inside, DRS, and Sierra is up into P1 once again in Mexico. Bullseye there is going to try and get the position back. DRS for Sierra, but Bullseye is going to use that sort of speed, pull him along. How do we do it then? Oh, Bullseye's going to go for that. No, he can't. He can't do it. So he's going to get the DRS then. He's going to be right on the back of Sierra. Mercury reverse fusion, then down the straight, side by side. Mercury then slipstream. He can't catch up though, so that's a bit poor from him. But moving back then to Bullseye and Sierra. Lap 34 now it's going to be. Look at the speed, look at the speed, look at the speed. He's done it. Up the inside. Could that be a deciding overtake in this Mexican Grand Prix? I believe we'll actually be having 4 interviews this evening. Due to Fusion winning. If it finishes where it finishes right now, Fusion will be crowned world champion here in Mexico. We've still got 2 laps left after this one. Anything can happen. DRS for Sierra. Gaining all the time. And Bullseye is left pretty stunned. Oh, he's seriously left stunned by that. Bullseye trying his best. Can't do it. He can't get close enough to Sierra. Next lap will be the final lap of the race. It's all going to be about the closing moments of the race, of who's going to win this race. You know, it's all about penalties as well. But for who's going to cross that line in first, it's all about this pit straight. Bullseye is to have an incredible exit. He has pretty much done that. DRS then for Bullseye. Final lap of the Mexican Grand Prix. It's all or nothing now for. He's seen the gap. That's quite dangerous. He's seen the gap up the inside now. He just needs to concentrate. Up the inside. Oh, penalty there for Bullseye. Good sportsmanship there to let Sierra through. And Bullseye has to back off there. He can't go for any stupid moves. Bullseye's tried and tried in this Grand Prix. He's tried his absolute best. But he just can't match Sierra. Sierra's looking strong for season 14 at the moment. He's gonna be one to look out for. Sierra then around the stadium section. You can see the celebrations for the Mexican fans. Sierra will come around the final corner of the Mexican Grand Prix. And he will win at the Autodromo Hermano Rodriguez in Mexico City. He is your race winner for round 19 of the season. Pedro will complete the podium in P number 3. Pretty strong performance from him there. So out of all the trouble, and P3 is his great result there from the Brazilian. But now we've got to wait for all these drivers to finish here in Mexico. It's been such a great visit here in Mexico. Great action here. Some great battles that have took place. But your champion of the world for season 13, your 4-time world champion STB Toxic Fusion, apparently won the race. Never in the 4th. Your championship win. Toxic Fusion. Not first place. He was in 4th. And yeah, let's see what the podium celebrations have to offer. Your race winner then, Sierra. Now this is going to be quite confusing for me. Let's invite the podium people. So your race winner was Sierra. 2nd was Bullseye. 3rd was BRIA Pedro. 4th, Toxic Fusion. 5th, STB Matty. 6th was Eke in the end. 7th, LRS Mercury. Your DNFs were John M. 2002. DJ Danny. 10th was Eddie Porandi. 11th was Floru. 12th was Urban Unicorn. And 13th was Jan Zenjic. And to make it clear, Fusion finished 4th, not 1st. And we're
Fortunately.
waiting for the loading screens. Wow, he won in the championship fusion. That's what matters.
Yeah.
So we're going to wait for the loading screens then to complete, and then we're going to give the 4 drivers a quick interview, one quick question, and then we'll wrap things up here at the Autodromo Juan Manuel Rodriguez. Okay, then we're going to come to P number 3 first. Birao Pedro.
Yep.
Take us through your race. It seemed like a pretty boring race at times, but yeah, take us through your race, Pedro.
Pretty good start, I would say. But in the end of the first stint, my tires I couldn't manage, and with the super soft tire, I think I was really quick, actually matching Fusion in the pace. And yeah, in the end, the VSC, I was hoping to be not the virtual safety car, but the actual one, to fight for the victory. But yeah, I'm glad to score another podium, 3 podiums in 4 races. So yeah, nice to race.
Good race for you there.
Congratulations to
Bullseye.
Fusion.
Sorry,
Thank you.
Adam. Bullseye. You had. Thank you, Pedro. You had Bullseye. Quite an intense battle with Sierra. Very intense actually at times. That straight was quite daunting. I was expecting a collision at times. Can you take us through your battle with Sierra this evening?
Yeah, I was abusing the slipstream. The DRS. Seaver was as well. Like staying in the slipstream and getting DRS and everything. He was quicker than me in the first and second sector, but I think I was a little bit quicker in the third. So I got to keep up with him for the straight. So
Okay. Well,
except from the last lap, it was alright.
Yeah, the last lap you was definitely battling hard to keep that position.
Yeah.
It just,
I got a penalty. So it's all fine.
It didn't really work out for you, but decent display in Mexico this evening. Your race winner, Sierra. Well done this evening. Another victory. The strategy was pretty decent. Penalties were a thing that definitely helped you. How important is consistency to win a race? And do you think that your consistency could help you next season in getting your first STB title? Because you're looking pretty strong. Give us your insights.
Well, first of all, thank you for my consistency. And consistency is important because it's just help you to avoid penalties, just like today, which is a track relay so easy. You get some penalties. Both I received 4, I guess, and I received 2. So when I saw that he was one, I just the stream to keep up my pace, keep up my head down, and damage my front wing. And yeah, answering your question, I think my consistency will help me definitely to maybe bring up the title next season.
Good.
Oh,
Thank you, sir.
not forgetting, congrats to Fusion to win the title, GD for Bullseye, and Pedro for the podium. That's it.
Okay, your championship winner, your champion, Tossix Fusion.
Yeah.
4-time champion now, Fusion. You pretty much know what it takes to win an STB title. What's the secret?
Go fast. Just
Go fast.
just go fast. Go fast, keep it clean. Even though that race was a bit
Yeah, there was a bit of a misunderstanding.
bit 50-50.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a misunderstanding when Mercury knew
Pedro.
about him.
And
And
DG for that.
don't know what happened there.
Yeah, that was 100% lag because on my screen he was like quite far, but he's at least like a car length behind me. And next thing I was going sideways down straight. So yeah.
Right. Well, any final words about your championship winning? And of course, Mercedes are now the constructors' champions due to Urban Unicorn retiring.
Yeah, it was a very, very good season for Mercedes, good season for me, Bullseye. Hopefully we can be teammates again next season, so I think we work quite well together. So Yeah.
Well, anything
Let's
can
hope.
happen in the world of draws. Thank you ever so much for the podium insights. Well done to Toxic Fusion on his 4th championship in STB, and to Mercedes for their 2nd STB Constructors Championship. That concludes your Mexican Grand Prix. We only have 2 races remaining, and we go next week to a circuit which is home to 3 drivers in the league: Villarreal Pedro, Exera, and Edu Perondi. We go to the land of Brazil at the Autódromo Carlos Pache in Sao Paulo. Rain is expected.
José Carlos Pache.
Sorry.
Em português, Autódromo José Carlos
Autódromo
Pache.
José Carlos Pache. Obrigado. We will see you next week at the Brazilian Grand Prix, round 20 of the season. And it could well be an exciting one. Rain is expected, thunderstorms, everything. It always brings action in Brazil. We'll see you next week for the Brazilian Grand Prix.